Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope that you had a happy Easter weekend with your families, and that you're still adhering to the lockdown regulation and staying at home, isolating yourselves with your loved ones. Remember, stay safe, stay at home. So I was reading a report from Europol that was saying that there's actually been an increase in cybercrime activity over the last couple of weeks. There's been an increase in ransomware attacks as well as phishing attempts during this COVID-19 period, where a lot of people are actually searching for legitimate information, and criminals have taken this opportunity to put out a lot of phishing attacks and launch ransomware attacks during this period. And it's actually a very difficult time because also everybody's working from home, so we don't know have all the safeguards that you would have in your office environment, your secure networks, etc. And also, a lot of people are working on their own devices at home. Not everybody has a laptop to take home, especially in small businesses. So people are really vulnerable, and it's important for us to be hyper vigilant during this time around cybersecurity and to just take extra caution with our online activity. So the most proactive measure is to try by all means to avoid an attack, to try and secure your environment, trying to secure devices. Don't allow criminals to take over your devices. And if you do get a ransomware attack, call the police, let the authorities in your country know that you've been attacked. Don't pay the money. Chances are they won't give you your files back. They won't hand over the information back to you, so they'll just take your money, and you'll probably never hear from them again. So the best option, if you do get an attack, is just let the authorities handle it. Just a recap, when we talk about ransomware, we're talking about an attack where a hacker or a cyber criminal will actually hold your data hostage. So they'll inject malicious software into your environment and hold your data hostage and demand a price for them to release it. Usually they want some form of cryptocurrency so that it cannot be traced. And then if they say that if you do hand over the money, then they'll give you the decryption key so that you'll be able to get your information back. So that's the definition of ransomware. The first thing you can do to protect your business is to always do regular backups of your data, of your environment. You can have online backups if you want, but always have at least one backup offline, so that if ever you do suffer a ransomware attack, you're able to take that backup and restore it on another server in another environment elsewhere, and you're able to continue with your business with minimum disruption, and you can sidestep the attack that has been launched on you. The second safeguard that you need to always remember and always remind your staff is to avoid clicking on links that look suspicious, that you're not sure where they come from. So if an email comes to you and you don't know who sent it, and there's a link for you to visit a website that you're unfamiliar with, don't click on those links. Most, if not all, phishing attacks come in that form. If it's an email that appears to be from your bank, for example, instead of clicking on that link, rather use the URL that you would normally use to go to visit your bank website, and see what information they require on there. And if you suspect that something strange is happening, always report those kind of emails on the fraud hotlines that are available, of fraud-related email addresses that companies would put out for people to report criminal activity. The third point I want to make is always browse and download only official versions of software. So don't try to download unofficial versions of software on sites that are not the official vendor, because that software, you don't know what else it comes with, or what other software is embedded in there, which might launch an attack once you've downloaded it onto your local device. So always just keep in mind, don't download software that you're not sure where it comes from. Unofficial versions, downloading software from other websites other than the official vendor, and always download trusted software, especially for your business. The fourth point is always have robust security products on your environment. So always make sure that your antivirus is up to date. For example, make sure that you've put up your firewall and it's active. If you have a VPN set up, make sure that you always log into your VPN to go to access the outside networks. And make sure that you always make sure that software is always up to date, and that you get it from trusted vendors as well. And always err on the side of caution when you are on the internet. So if you're visiting a website, don't click on any suspicious links that you are not expecting, that you're not aware where they're leading you to. Don't click on any pop-up boxes that come up, any dialog boxes. And if you're on a website where all of a sudden a lot of pop-up boxes come up, it's better to just leave that website altogether, to avoid any threat to your system. And the last thing I just want to mention is avoid using accounts which have high privilege access. So accounts that you use for administration on your domain, on your environment, for everyday business. Rather create other accounts that you can then use for day-to-day business, and keep the high privilege access accounts for specific privilege activity. So those are the tips I have for us today, for staying safe online, keeping your business safe, making sure that your browsing activity online is safe. Just stay safe from COVID-19, keep healthy, stay at home. But while you're at home and you're online, stay safe online and don't fall victim to online threats as well.